Hello everyone, and welcome to the last video for slime for week 5 of summer school. So today we're gonna be making a really awesome slime that I know is such a popular one, which is why I saved it for last. So we are gonna be making galaxy slime today, and I gave you guys glitter, which I give you really cool little containers of different textures of glitter, but this is the one that I have. I gave you glue, and I'm not remembering if I gave you clear or white glue, but I'm gonna be using white glue for mine for this video, but they both work pretty much the same. I gave you a color, and I think most of you either got blue or red, and then I gave you borax as usual and a container. So those are what I put in your kit, but you also need to make sure you have a spoon and then 2 about half cups of lukewarm water or room temperature water. Okay, so I can't wait to make this slime, and make sure that you're in a place that is safe to work, maybe get a little messy, make sure that you clean up after yourselves, and yeah, let's get to it. Okie dokie. So first step is open your container. Next, I'm gonna open my glue. I'm gonna dump as much as I can from this into my container, just like always. And what I'm gonna do after this is mix my borax solution and put it to the side. Always takes some time to do this part, because sometimes glue takes a while to come out. That's okay. Also, sorry if you can hear construction in the background. I don't think you could last week, which is great, but you might be able to this week, so sorry if you can hear that. Okay. So that's as good as it's gonna get, which is great. So here's my glue. I'm gonna put this down. Now I'm gonna take one of my half cups of water, and I'm going to mix in my borax powder to make our borax solution, like we do every week. Okay, so make sure you get all of it in there, most of it. Now I'm just gonna stir until the borax is pretty much dissolved, which means that you can't see the powder anymore and it's just mixed in with the water. This usually takes a while, by the way, so it's okay if it takes a bit. Just checking to see if it's dissolved. Okay. That's good enough. I can always stir it a little more before I add it. Okay, so next step. So I put that borax solution to the side. So this is the borax solution, and this is my mug of just half a cup of normal water with nothing else added in, and we're gonna add our regular water to our glue. And I'm also gonna need my spoon for this, so I'm gonna take it out of my borax, set it down. So this is just regular water we're pouring in. If I spill, that's okay, because it's just water. I can always wipe it up later. So I'm gonna mix my glue and my water together until it's really blended in. Alrighty, looking good. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Definitely just spilled a little bit, but that's okay. maybe just a tad more, just to make it a little more smooth, and then I'll be done with the water part. Okay, keep mixing. It should be kind of jiggly texture at this point. Okay, awesome. This looks pretty good. I'm gonna let that sit there. I'm gonna get out my coloring. So, Galaxy Slime, yes, usually you use blue and purple and all that stuff, but we didn't have a ton of blue coloring, which is why I gave some people red. But did you know that some galaxies look kind of reddish? Like, not all galaxies are blue or purple or anything like that. There are some that are different colors, which is why I was like, you know what? Red would make a really good color for this slime too. So I hope that those folks who have red will enjoy their red galaxies. But I have blue here. And now I'm just gonna add a few drops. This part is pretty up to you. Just make sure that you're careful, because if you squeeze too hard this bottle, then you'll get a lot more than you probably wanted. So just gently squeeze it when you're dropping it in there. And also just know that if this gets on your hands, it will stain them a little bit, but you can just wash them and it'll go away after a few washes. So it's no big deal. So yeah, I'm gonna add my food coloring. I'm gonna start with like 5 drops, 3, 4, 5, and see if I wanna add more, because maybe it won't be quite dark enough. Oh my gosh, I love the way that it looks when I'm mixing. Let me show you guys. When I'm mixing slime or mixing glue with food coloring, it's so cool. So, hope you enjoy this part of the process, because it's always so cool. So I'm mixing my color in just to see if I want to add more. And I think I do, because it's kind of like a baby blue right now, and I want it to be a little bit darker than that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you add like a ton, like if you put like 30 drops, like half the bottle of your food coloring in there, it will probably stain your hands and then whatever surface you're working with your slime on. So just make sure that you put less than like 15, and then you should be okay. Oops, some spilled out, but I can wipe that up. Okay. So I'm making sure I'm mixing all my slime, or all my glue in. So I'm mixing it from the bottom of the container, from the sides. It's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna add 2 more. 1, 2, and then I'm done. And so once I've mixed in my color, then it is time to put a little bit of glitter in there. So we're not allowed to use glitter at school because it's so messy and it gets everywhere, like all over the floors and stuff, because it's sort of sticky. And just because you're at home doesn't mean that this isn't also sticky and messy at home. So it's very important that when you're pouring in your glitter, you do it carefully. And if you spill your glitter, make sure that you wipe it up like right away, because otherwise it might get brushed onto the floor, it might get on people's skin, you never know. So just try to be careful. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of my glitter, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I gave you guys like 2 different little containers of glitter. Pop this off. Okay. So I'm just gonna add a little bit right now and then mix it in and see what it looks like. Okay. All right, so I'm mixing my glitter. pretty cool. It looks like stars in a galaxy, which is what the glitter is supposed to represent in Galaxy Slime. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more. And I think the containers that I give you guys are maybe about this big or maybe like that big. So feel free to add all of your glitter. I just have this big old container, so I have to do mine slowly. But feel free to just add all your glitter at once. Okay, that's probably about good for me personally. That's a good amount of glitter. So I'm gonna close this up before I spill. And I actually am getting a little bit on the table, but it's okay because I won't brush it off. I'll make sure I'm careful. But yes, if you spill glitter, make sure that you clean it up as soon as you can, okay? All right, so now is the time to activate. Ooh, I also forgot to put the lid back on my food coloring, which is really important. If you were in my Goop class in school in person, then you know how important it is to put that cap back on, so glad I remembered that. And now I'm gonna grab my borax solution from earlier, right here, and I'm gonna slowly start adding it to activate my slime. Little by little, okay. So now I'm gonna mix. And you can already, and right away, you can tell that it's starting to turn into something different, which is really cool. Like already it's getting stretchy and goopy. And just like how I was talking about with the food coloring, make sure that you're mixing from the sides, from the bottom, so you get all of it mixed together. All right, and now you can already tell it's starting to become slime. Now I'm gonna add a little more. Whoa, spilled out. Okay. Mix, mix, mix. It's always a slow process a little bit, but it's really fun to see how the texture changes. Alright. Okay, a little more. And yeah, like I always say, the reason that we add it slowly is so that your slime doesn't get really hard and kind of over-activated. And a good way to test if you can pick it up with your hands is to just sort of touch the top of your slime. See, mine is still really liquidy and I put glue on my hand, so I know that it's not ready. I have to keep mixing with the spoon first. Starting to look pretty slimy, but I know that there's still a lot of glue on the outside. So just, I think maybe one more bit of borax and then I'll be good. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's starting to come together. I feel like I can, yeah, I think I can pick it up with my hands because I just touched it. And see how, with my middle finger, see how there's no slime on that one, or no goop on that one, and then there's some on this one because I touched it earlier, but I think I'm good. So what I'm gonna do, take it off the spoon, I'm gonna pick it up with my hands, and start to knead it with my hands. Whoa. Mine is still like a light blue, but I really like the color that I came up with. Alright, so here's my slime, and I want to say that I'm done now. I don't think I need to add anything else. I don't think I need any more borax, otherwise it might get too hard. So, here's what my slime is looking like. There's some glitter you can see. Looks like a nice starry sky. And I'm pretty satisfied with the texture too. It looks really good. So yeah, pretty simple recipe, and I know it's a huge favorite among people because of the glitter and because of the color, and it looks so pretty. So I can't wait to see your guys' pictures. Make sure that you send your picture to Miss Rebecca after you're finished with your slime. I'm gonna put it away so that it doesn't dry out. And I'm gonna make sure that I wipe up my area because I got a little glue down here. I have some water, a little bit of glitter. So I'm gonna make sure that I clean up really well. But friends, I'm so happy that we got to make slime together even though we weren't really together. But I hope that you had so much fun each week following along with my videos. And when you send your picture today of your slime to Miss Rebecca, make sure that you also let us know what was your favorite slime that we made together this summer. Let me know whether you liked week 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 the best, because then maybe if we do slime in the future, then I'll definitely make sure that we do the ones that you guys liked the best. Okay? Well, thank you so much, everybody. I love you guys so much. I miss you. And I hope you have a great last week of summer school. And yeah, can't wait to see your slime, okay guys? All right, bye.